BHC inspection team, we're very meticulous. We'd much rather have projects that we can do a higher quality project on than just have a massive amount of projects where we may end up missing some of those key things, that the documentation and pay estimates and stuff like that. So we don't want to miss anything. So we tend to have a quality over quantity attitude here at BHC. Right now we're sitting here at 27th Street. We're actually just starting to put together some of our steel girders, where we actually bolt those together. They have to create a certain PSI amount of pounds of force on each of those bolts. And there's indicators on the washers that we're using called a DTI. And when those DTIs hit that certain amount of PSI, they'll actually smash down to a certain like 0.05 of an inch. So we've got to make sure that those are all bolted together as tight as we can. So when we do put it up in the air, everything's safe for the traveling public, and it'll actually carry just about any load that we would want on these bridges.
So this, what you see being built up behind me, is a dirt subgrade. This is the tight earth platform that's being built truckload by truckload with dirt material hauled in from another portion of the project. The contractor tracks it in with a bulldozer and then compacts it with a roller. Now, this feels quite solid beneath my feet, but I weigh about $150. A highway weighs a lot more than that. So we're gonna have to come through and treat the plasticity of the dirt. What do I mean? Clay is a plastic material, right? You can squish it in your hands and deform it. And you have to do something about that before you put the immense weight of concrete pavement over the top. So, in the next phase, we're gonna go through a lime kiln dust treatment that stabilizes the soil and reduces that plasticity in preparation for the concrete pavement. Okay, so this crumbly material that you see behind me is called lime kiln dust. They've just tilled it 12 inches into the soil. And what that's gonna do is reduce that plasticity of the dirt. Clay is a bunch of fine particles suspended in water, and basically this lime kiln dust is gonna strip away the negative charge that holds them all in suspension and allow them to concentrate together. That's gonna make it a harder material to build concrete pavement on top of. And additionally, it's gonna increase what's called the friability of the soil, which means it's more crumbly. You can trim it to a much more precise grade before adding the CTB base and then concrete pavement over the top of that. One of my responsibilities as an inspector is to come through with my nuclear density gauge and test the applied LKD for moisture and compaction to ensure that that chemical reaction has the proper conditions to take place.
Progress is still ahead of schedule for the 2028 date. So the projects will still be completed in time. Hoping by next summer, we're going to start seeing some major changes on this job, with traffic switches moving to some of the new lanes. And then that'll actually help traffic flow and promote a little bit more safety, so we don't have traffic stacking here at 27th Street during the light.
So once the lime kiln dust had a chance to lower the plasticity of the dirt and harden the soil, before they add concrete pavement over the top, they introduce this intermediary layer called cement-treated base. From above, this is basically going to help distribute the weight of concrete pavement over the top of the dirt. You can imagine dirt is not exactly a homogeneous material, so there will be weaker areas. And kind of similar to how you can't step onto an egg without cracking it, but if you lay out a tray of them and a board on top, you know, it can support the weight of the body. Well, this is going to distribute the weight of concrete pavement over the top of the dirt to help offset any weaker areas and prevent deformation of the eventual concrete paving. Now, from below, it's going to prevent what's called capillary rise, which is moisture coming up from the subgrade that would otherwise degrade the concrete pavement. This is an impermeable layer that will stop that moisture from reaching the concrete. Okay, so the dirt work is complete, the subgrade is finished, the LKD has had a chance to perform that hardening reaction, the CTB protective layer has been installed, all in preparation for this, the final concrete pavement, the surface upon which you'll be driving this new section of the South Lawrence Trafficway. You have to imagine, between the earthwork, the lime kiln dust, the CTB folks, the concrete crews, it's hundreds of individuals that make these projects possible. And what I love about working for BHC Construction Services is that beyond minding the details of these engineering projects to ensure a high quality product, we prioritize the human relationships and the communication that make all of that work together to perform high quality service, produce these infrastructure projects that come in on time and under budget, and ultimately serve the communities that use them for their transport.
As far as the safety of the project, so far we haven't had any accidents with any of the workers on the site. There's been several traffic accidents, especially here at 27th Street. And anytime we're doing kind of a small little lane shift, we end up getting traffic stacked up. Be patient with us. We're working through a lot of these challenges and traffic changes. So if you can be patient with us, by 2027, 2028, you're going to be free flowing from Kansas City all the way to I-70.